So Resident Evil 8's new DLC called the Winter Expansion is set to release this October. In this video we'll go over all the new content coming to Resident Evil Village, including the Gold Edition details and the price for the DLC and the Gold Edition. Hey guys, this is Chris with B&B Gaming. Welcome back, and I hope you're doing amazing today. If this is your first time here and you're interested in games like Resident Evil Village, upcoming games like the Callisto Protocol, Evil West, hit that subscribe button for more content. Now your first question probably is, what's in the Winter's expansion? To start out with, we have Shadows of Rose, a new campaign featuring Ethan Winter's daughter. Ethan Winter is the protagonist of Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7. In the blog post it says, in the Shadows of Rose story campaign, players take control of 16-year-old Rose as the DLC's protagonist. The DLC will feature her having to survive horrors of her own, which includes her own terrifying powers. As someone who would rather live a normal life, Rose embarks on a quest to find a way to break free of the curse of the Megasite, which then takes her to a mysterious realm where memories of her past return to create a warped and twisted world of nightmares. The second new addition in the Winter expansion, they call it Mercenary's Additional Orders. To start with, they're adding 3 new playable characters. They're adding Chris Redfield, Lord Carl Heisenberg, and Lady Dimitrescu. In the blog post it says the arcade-style game mode gets an update, with additional stages and new playable characters in the form of Chris Redfield, Carl Heisenberg, and Lady Dimitrescu. Each new character brings new abilities to the table, like how Heisenberg wields a giant hammer and has the ability to control magnetic forces. As far as Lady D goes, it says she looms large over enemies in this action-packed mode, where she brings her 9-foot stature to bear against any Lycans or any other foes unfortunate enough to cross her path. In combat, she builds up a thrill meter by slicing adversaries to ribbons with her razor-sharp talons. This allows her to perform special actions like slamming down hostiles or summoning her daughters. As far as Lord Carl Heisenberg, it says he possesses his own electrifying powers, equipped with a massive hammer and the ability to manipulate magnetic currents. Heisenberg can really put a charge into his enemies. The terrifying creations from Heisenberg's factory, Soul.Jets, also joins him in the fray. But be mindful not to get caught in the crossfire of their self-destructive assaults. Heisenberg can also trade off of movement speed to see what enemies are made of by pulling them in with his magnetic field, or put on a show that everyone can enjoy by slinging scrap metal like saw blades their way. And finally, with Chris Redfield, it says the legendary BSAA agent packs a serious straight punch that can not only get him out of situations where he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, but it can also build up his onslaught gauge in a hurry as well. When onslaught is active, Chris moves and reloads with lightning speed. Chris can also request support from the Hound Wolf Squad by using his target locator to pinpoint enemy positions and call in support strikes. Now, along with the 3 new playable characters, they're also adding 2 new stages called Bloody Village and Bloody River. Now, along with the additions to Mercenary mode and the Shadows of Rose campaign, they're also adding a third-person mode to Resident Evil Village's campaign. Now finally, the release date for the new expansion and the new Gold Edition of Resident Evil Village has been set for October 28th, 2022. Now you might be wondering, what exactly do you get in the Gold Edition of Resident Evil Village? First of all, obviously you get Resident Evil Village, you get access to the upcoming RE-verse, which is their attempt at PvP mode in the Resident Evil universe, and that's kind of a separate issue. I don't really know much about it, but I guess the consensus is it's another PvP mode for Resident Evil. Well anyways, along with that, with the Gold Edition, you will also get the Street Wolf outfit, which in the description says Street Wolf outfit for Rose, applies to Shadows of Rose content only. And it also says you also get the Trauma Pack. Its description says the pack includes Samurai Edge AW Model 1 weapon, Resident Evil 7 found footage filter, Resident Evil 7 tape recorder save point, safe room music Go Tell Aunt Rhody. Anyways, it goes on and says Mr. Everywhere weapon charm, and also it will unlock Village of Shadows difficulty right off the bat in Resident Evil Village, which from what I understand is the hardest difficulty, where normally you'll have to beat the game to unlock that. This pack allows you to unlock it immediately, so my guess is if you rented the game and you want to go back and replay it or something, this would be a good option. And finally in the Trauma Pack it says The Tragedy of Ethan Winters art book and the Baker Incident report. So basically it looks like just kind of collector's edition type of lore stuff that you'll get as part of the gold edition. Now finally the big question is how much? How much is the Winters expansion going to cost? And how much is Resident Evil Village Gold Edition gonna cost? First of all, I found this on Xbox.com. Winter's expansion is $20 and Resident Evil Village Gold Edition is $50. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Have you beaten Resident Evil Village already? Are you looking to get back in there? Are you gonna pick up the Winter's expansion? Let me know what you think. For me, as someone who hasn't played Village yet, I definitely want to play the expansion, so I'm probably going to look to pick up the game for cheap here as we go along before it comes out, instead of picking up the gold edition, so then I'll be ready to go once the expansion comes out.